Hey everyone, I'm Tiffany Harlick, and you found me at Wise Skies Astrology. I offer astrology education for spiritual development students. So, if you are into astrology and also the evolution of your spiritual progress, well, you're in the right place. My background is that I have a master's in health psychology. I'm a master teacher under the Lisa Williams School. I'm a registered yoga teacher, and I love bees, I love cooking, I love astrology, and I love talking about evolution and growth. So I wanted to offer you a little short tutorial today on octaves. Octaves you may be familiar with in the music tradition, right? Because we will look at scales and there's a lower octave and a higher octave. Well, in astrology, you might have heard of harmonics as well. And so there's also a lower octave and a higher octave in astrology. And so this bubbled up right when we started discovering the outer planets. So the discovery of Uranus was in 1781, Neptune in 1846, Pluto in 1930. Uranus we can see as a higher octave of Mercury. It revolutionizes the way that we think. And Neptune, right, this adds the spiritual dimension to Venus. Pluto really amplifies what Mars has to offer. You can see there's a lower octave of the original planets, right, that you could see in the sky, and then a higher octave of these outer planets that just was available, starting in the 1700s. So as we think about octaves, we're really thinking about them as a way to bridge the personal and the spiritual. Um, Let me remove that. Thank you. Don't. Okay. And so it can help you with your predictive tools, and it can help you just see what else is going on in a chart as you start to think about, okay, there's one energy that kind of has a big sister or a big brother or a way to amplify it. So some of them are personal, and we're bridging that personal to spiritual side. So harmonics, vibration, octaves, this is all a synthesis of understanding. Its roots are really in ancient times, but we didn't have a full understanding of it until we discovered the outer planet. So how can you use this? You can use it to understand your growth potential. You can study the natal chart placements to see how a planet's lower octave is speaking with its higher octave. You could work with the transits with octaves. You could use the transits to recognize or notice these little moments of transformation where lower octave challenges lead to higher octave breakthroughs. It could help you with your own spiritual development. You could teach your clients or your students how to move from a self-centric view into a more spiritual view, a more universal view, a universal awareness through conscious choice, right? From shifting from that personal to spiritual. So, yeah, Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus. Mercury governs our logical thought, the way that we think, the way we communicate, the way that our brain works. It governs the nervous system, how the mind processes facts and data. Uranus expands this, brings in some intuition, brings in some Einstein, brings in some lightning bolt, and gives us those aha moments, those big breakthroughs, pertains more to universal knowledge, right? We could look at also Venus and Neptune again. So Venus being the lower octave of Neptune, Venus representing our love language, the way that we need to connect personally, our personal love preferences, beauty, our aesthetic, our style, the way that we spend and receive money, the way that money flows to us and through us, of course, our relationships. And then you think about that personally, but then to expand that spiritually comes in Neptune. So Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. It connects us to divine love, unity, spiritual oneness, blendedness with our creator. It brings in compassion. It brings in creativity, right? And then let's look at Mars-Pluto as a third example. So Mars is the lower octave of Pluto. Mars rules our personal willpower, that primal side of us that has action, that needs to do something, that is has energy, that we need to focus, right? It represents our desire. It represents that primal side of life. And then Pluto, if you think about what it could do to amplify Mars, it's the transformational power that we all have, that alchemical power that need to turn one thing into something else. Regeneration, right? Pluto is that deep subconscious drivers, the things that motivate us that we might not even be aware of that are motivating us until we stop and go and dig deep. Right? So you can see there's a personal drive, and then there's this like spiritual drive, this different kind of motivator that's in the subconscious. That's Pluto. So yeah. I hope that this helps you, gives you just a little painting of what octaves are. Again, they're this vibrational spectrum of planetary energy, where one planet represents a lower octave, and then it has a friend or a big brother or big sister that expands it from a personal to a transpersonal or spiritual realm. And it shows different connections and different themes in the chart, or in the if you're looking at transits, right, it could show you some different connections there too. So this should add a little depth, scope, interest, and intrigue to your readings and to how you are interpreting things. And so let me know if this has been helpful. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and check back again at tiffanyharlick.com for astrology, bees, intuition, books. I would love to help you and support you in your goals. So thanks for being here, and namaste.